You're watching WHUC TV 7, now live from across the Atlantic in England, with coverage you can count on. This is Hinds' very own WHUC News Special Report in England.
Good morning, everyone. This is special coverage of WHUC News 7 as we embark on our exciting trip to England. I'm Tyler Dotson.
And I'm Kyvir. As you can see, we are not in the studio today. We are here at the Makers Ever Airport getting ready for our 10-day adventure in England. Hey, Tyler, is this your first ever flight?
No, it is not, but I heard it is yours.
That's true. I'm so excited to experience this journey. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show as we kick off day one of the England trip.
7 Hinds students embarked on a memorable journey from Jackson to Charlotte, North Carolina, with the unlimited goal of traveling to the United Kingdom. This trip is designed to provide students with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to immerse themselves in the rich history and diverse culture of the United Kingdom. Miriam Meredith explains what she's excited to see in England.
I want to see an art museum, either an art museum or I want to go to Windsor Castle because I know we're going there, but I want to see a lot of like the portraits and the galleries and things like that.
Well, guys, I'm here on my first ever flight going to Charlotte, North Carolina. Am I kind of nervous? I am, but who knows what's going to happen? God got my back, and I know that's right. I got my colleagues right behind me. I know they're so excited to actually go to Charlotte, North Carolina, and heading to London. So we'll see you guys there, and as you can see, we're up in the sky.
As we leave the Jackson Airport to take to the skies, we sit back and relax and enjoy the view. As we fly to North Carolina, after a long-hour flight, we safely landed to Charlotte, North Carolina Airport. Tia Rice talks about her flight to Charlotte.
It was fine for the most part. I'd say that it was a very smooth flight.
Mr. Eric Boba explains his experience on the flight.
From here to, from the flight from Mississippi to Charlotte was very bumpy. It was a lot of turbulence. If this was your first flight, as some of our students had to endure, it was probably a pretty scary flight. It was bumpy on takeoff and bumpy on landing, but we made it, and now we've just got to get on our next plane and get out of here.
We finally made it to our first stop in Charlotte, and with it being Kai's first time on an airplane, Kai, how was your experience?
Oh my God, my ears hurt really bad, but I kind of enjoyed it. I was pretty scared for being my first flight. You said I was crying, but no, from an excellent experience. I've never been on a flight, but actually it was very peaceful. Actually seeing the tiny little ants down there.
Well, with that being said, our second flight to England has been delayed. So we're gonna let Kai take it over. We're gonna let Kai take over from here. She's gonna go around and ask other students how their experience was on the flight, getting through TSA and the departure, and also the delay.
What's a better way to pass time at the airport while you're in layover? Well, why not explore the airport? We explored the Charlotte Airport to pass time, and we saw some extraordinary shopping centers and some good food places to sit down and eat. We talked to Mr. Eric Boba, and he talks about how he felt about the layover.
Delays are part of international travel, and nobody likes to be delayed, but it just happened, so we've got to sit here and sort of wait and persevere, and you can't let it get you down. We'll eventually get there, so once we get there, we've got plenty to do, so we just got to kind of wait our turn, and then we'll get out of here and get to London.
Tara Wright explains what she will do to pass time during the delay.
Very interesting experience. Listening to music. I mean, I guess it's a pastime, but yeah.
I had a great time here in Charlotte at the airport. What about you, Tyler? Did you?
It was fun, but the wait was very long.
It was very long. We're going to take a quick break. After this, Tyler's going to take you to day one of England.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
When it comes to different topics around the Hinds community, Real Talk is the answer.
The alumni who have graduated from the program.
A lot of that is them getting to know me.
This is the show that talks about lifestyle, culture, fashion, art, and having you in the know of what's going on across the Utica campus and the entire community college of Hinds. Be sure to watch Real Talk exclusively on Hinds' very own WHUC.
Welcome back, everybody.
We have safely made it to England.
And now we're at our first stop at Windsor Castle.
After a long and exhausting plane ride, we finally landed in England, eager to begin our journey. Without wasting any time, we made our way straight to Windsor Castle, one of the most famous and historic landmarks in England. As we prepared, we were just in time to witness the changing of the guard. The soldiers, dressed in their distinguished gray uniforms, moved in perfect formation, carrying out the ceremony with precision and discipline. It was fantastic to watch this long-standing tradition unfold right before our eyes. After the ceremony, we took our time exploring the castle's magnificent exterior. Its towering stone walls, grand entrance, and breathtaking agriculture made it clear why this fortress had been home to British royalty for centuries. Every detail, from the carvings to the massive iron gates, seemed to whisper stories of the past. Standing before such a historic landmark, we couldn't help but to feel a deep sense of awe. It was incredible to think about all the kings, queens, and important figures who had walked these grounds. The atmosphere was rich with history, making it easy to imagine life in a different era. This was only the beginning of our journey, but the Windsor Castle has already left us with an unforgettable impression. We later talked to Amira Meredith, who told us her favorite part about the castle.
Today's been a very great day. We came to the Windsor Castle, and it's very expensive, but it's great. There's a lot of photos, a lot of scenery, and there's a lot of things to see here. So I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Right. So Tyler, how did you feel about coming to the castle today?
The castle was extremely interesting. We went to a shop. We went through a museum, a sort of museum, to give us a rundown of the kings and queens. We also took a tour of basically the outside of the castle. I think we're heading on our way inside, but it's been exciting for the most part.
For our next adventure, we went through the town of Oxford to head to Belcham Palace, which is a hidden gem that captivates its breathtaking view with an amazing atmosphere. The air carries a crisp freshness infused with the delicate scent of a bloom floral and an earthy aroma of ancient stone pathways. As we walked through the palace, we took a glimpse of Winston Churchill's birthroom, and where he spent most of his life and led many important roles, such as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Every step through Belcham Palace is a sensory delight, making it an unforgettable retreat for the soul. Andrew Kilpatrick talks about what he likes about the palace.
So far, I think my favorite has been all the statues and then just the real beautiful architecture.
Crystal Sierra talks about what is her favorite part from the palace.
I would say just beautiful view, and I like the little flowers over there. Like the garden is really beautiful.
I had a wonderful time here at Belcham Palace. Now to our next destination in Bridgewater. After leaving the palace, we head to the college to meet our host families that we will spend time with for the next few days. I finally made it to Bridgewater College. Now we are going to our host family. I'm going to take it over to my co-host Tyler Dotson to see how he's enjoying his host family. Tyler?
Thank you, Kyle. I'm going to officially take you around my host family's house.
After 2 days in the hotel, stepping into my host family's house felt like a true home away from home. The warm atmosphere is instantly inviting, with family photos hanging on the wall, a cozy living room that feels lived in and full of stories. Miss Katie Hawkins made sure I felt included, whether we were sharing a meal, learning about each other's culture, or just relaxing in the common space. It is a place where I can settle in, unwind, and truly feel like I am part of the family. We later spoke to Miss Katie Hawkins, and she shares how she feels about hosting American students.
Absolutely love hosting. So I've hosted for the last 3 years. I've been helping out with the Hinds project for about the last 6 years. But for the last 3 years, I've hosted 3 lots of students. So each time I've hosted 2 students together. And it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. It's such fun getting involved with the trip and learning about the students and what they're doing. And they're all so different. That's the great thing about the programme, I think, is that you come together and you don't really necessarily know each other that well before, and getting to know your different backgrounds. Yeah, it's brilliant, really great.
Well, as I showed you, Kyle, my host family was fun. How about yours?
It was great. Before we go to break, I want to show you guys my host family. After leaving the college, I had to get to know my host family, where I got to sit down and have a quick chat about her position and the difference between American schools and the UK schools. Miss Louise, a lot of questions to ask. So how does the age range actually work for the college down here than if it's different in America?
So our students come to what we call a further education college at the age of 16.
Oh.
So they can start here, they finish school at 16 and they can come to college, or they can stay on at school in a sixth form. But we also run University College, which is the same as Hinds. So students then at 18 can join what is our university centre, and then they do their degree here, and those students are 18.
Okay.
So we have a mixture of both. We also have adult students, and we have students that are apprentices. They are employed and they come to college one day a week maybe, or 1 week a month, or some of them come for a whole year and then go out into work.
Okay. So another question is, what is the experience like? Have you been to this school before, like as a student?
No, I wasn't here as a student. So I've been here at the college for 14 years. So equivalent to Hinds, I'm the vice president. So here it's called deputy principal. So my experience of this college is really just as a manager, but my daughter came here, so I've been a parent of a student here.
Oh, so you know how in America we call it in high schools, we call it a high school, but what do you guys call it down here, primary school?
So primary school is from the age of 4 to 11. Then you have secondary school, and that's 11 to 16. And then you have sixth form or FE or college from 16 to 18. And then from 18 you have what we call higher education or university. And our college does both.
Okay. So your college is, like you said, is just like Hinds. So our college is a 2-year. Your college is all the way from 16 into adult.
Absolutely.
So, okay, that's good. Because I wanted to get the whole understanding of the college thing. Because on TV shows they call it like primary school, or they call it a different thing. But now actually experiencing it and actually seeing it and actually knowing from another person, that actually helped me. So thank you.
That's quite.
After the talk, we took a quick tour of our rooms and gotten ready for bed and woke up for some English breakfast and spent the rest of our time with our host. Miss Louise Rowley explains how she feels about hosting American students.
I really enjoy meeting new people, so it's great to spend time in your own house and get to know people, and it's really good fun.
Tia Rice talks about her time with our host.
I'm really excited to meet our host and get to know her better. It was a fun experience. She's really nice and welcoming. I really like the environment that she had created for us here.
Well, my host family made me feel exactly at home, even though I was far from it.
And my host family is Italian and cook us a great breakfast. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and next up, our next adventures in England.
The Radio and Television Production and Broadcast Technology Department is an intensive, hands-on training program designed to familiarize students with multimedia reporting. We welcome the best and the brightest students to come join the community at Hinds Community College, Utica campus. Students receive up-to-date and dynamic instruction from faculty members who are dedicated to fulfilling hands-on training using state-of-the-art equipment and facilities. I invite you to learn more about Hinds Community College Radio and Television program and join us on our great journey that focuses on student success.
Contact Timothy Chrysler at 601-885-7071 for more information.
Greetings, wonderful students of Hinds Community College, Utica campus. I'm Delisha Banks, a proud multimedia journalist and reporter here at WJTV 12 News. The Radio and Television Production Broadcasting Technology program at Hinds in Utica has prepared me for such a time as this. It's why I'm able to stand here today and talk to you. So if you would like to be like me someday, reporting the news and being a voice for the voiceless, make the right decision and choose Hinds in Utica and choose the Radio and Television Production and Broadcasting Technology program.
Today we drove into town and strolled through the city, passing a church and other historic buildings where people gathered, talked, and danced in a vibrant atmosphere. The energy of the place was contagious, making it feel like the city itself was alive with stories. As we walked, we noticed a mix of old and new with cozy cafes and local shops along century-old buildings. The lively conversation and music filled the air, and the colorful market stalls added to the charm, making the city feel like it was a living museum of culture. We then continued our journey to Bristol's Art Museum, where we explored various exhibits from different cultures and unique art forms. Each display offered a rich look into history and creativity. We saw everything from ancient artifacts to modern works, each piece telling its own story. Some exhibits even let us interact, making the experience even more enjoyable. It was an educational and inspiring day, deepening our understanding of the world's artistic and cultural heritage. Hinds student Amira Meredith shares her thoughts on her favorite exhibit.
Okay, so my favorite part of the museum had to be the bird exhibit, but the monkeys are pretty cool too.
Hey Tyler, how was your weekend?
My host family was fun. We went to the shopping center, we went to a market, we played spoons too, and they made us a roast as well.
Well, my host family did the same thing. We actually spent time with each other and actually gotten to know each other.
Well, with that being said, Kai's gonna take you around Bridgewater as we attended our first law class, and she's gonna show you the ins and outs.
For our next adventure, we spent the day at Bridgewater College to meet the vice principal and learn the different campuses of Bridgewater. After learning about the college, we went to our first class of the day, British law, which we learned the difference between British law and Mississippi law, and played a fun activity to crack a case. Kara Carley talks about why she did the activity.
Yeah, sure. So the activity this morning, students have had an introduction to murder in the UK. So we've done a bit of a comparison of the definition of murder between the Mississippi definition and the UK definition. We've had a look at a few case authorities to show you like different kind of like quirks of the law of the UK and how murder is defined. And then we finish off basically looking at a murder mystery game. So students have to work together from BTC and Hinds together to kind of solve a few problems and basically solve out who has committed a murder.
Maya Neal expressed how excited she is to meet the Hinds students.
I think it's a good experience, especially if we're going over to Mississippi as well, you know, so we all get to know each other and get to know about each other's laws.
She also explains what she learned about the difference between the laws.
So far, and what I know from of my knowledge, I think they're pretty different, and some are, you know, I'm looking, sorry, some laws in like America or Mississippi, I'm just like, well, that's just a bit crazy. Like coming from a person in the UK, like, because I don't experience them laws, like I don't find them normal.
Afterwards, we took a quick lunch break to eat some English lunch and some scones. Then we went to our next lessons where we met the mayor of Bridgewater and got to learn about her position and how she led the city. Mayor Jackie Solomon explains what made her get into politics.
And I've worked within the community, but while I was working full-time as a teacher, it would have been extremely hard for me to be part of the council as well. I kind of came into, I've always been a little political, but oddly enough, I could say that COVID had something to do with it, because I actually had more time during the lockdowns and things to actually become more involved with a group of people. And then when the most recent election came up, they asked me would I be prepared to actually stand at the election. So maybe if I hadn't had that time during the COVID to actually get chatting to people and discussing more things, maybe I wouldn't have actually stepped up.
At the end of the day, the Bridgewater students and the HCC students came together to sit down for dinner to get to know each other and play a trivia game with some amazing treats.
Wonderful time actually spending time with the Bridgewater students, did you?
Yes, I had a wonderful time bonding with the students that are coming to Hinds.
And you also won the quiz.
Yes.
All right, we are here at the Roman Bath. So Tyler's going to take you all around what's going on here at the Roman Bath.
Stay tuned.
During our trip, we had an amazing chance to visit the historic Roman baths, one of England's most famous landmarks. From the moment we arrived, we were amazed by the beautiful ancient buildings and the deep sense of history surrounding us. Walking through the well-preserved ruins, we could imagine how lively the baths must have been centuries ago when the Romans gathered there to relax and socialize. Exploring the different parts of the bath was exciting. The highlight was the Great Bath, filled with warm, mineral-rich water. We watched as the natural hot springs bubbled up, just as they had for thousands of years. Learning how the Romans built such an advanced water system made us appreciate their incredible skills. We also saw ancient artifacts like coins, statues, and writings, which gave us a glimpse into the lives of people who once lived in this place. The experience was both fun and educational, helping us understand more about Roman history and the impact of their civilization. Competitive game of Skittles against students from Bridgewater. Both teams were eager to win, making the atmosphere lively and full of energy. The game became a test of strategy, with each team planning their move carefully to outsmart the other. The Bridgewater students had a unique playing style and showed strong understanding of the game. We adapted by learning new techniques from them, which improved our own skills. There were many close moments, and the excitement kept building as both teams gave their best. In the end, it wasn't just about winning or losing. It was about enjoying the game, learning from others, and building connections. We left with great memories and a better appreciation for a different way to play Skittles.
Wow, last night was so much fun. We actually beat the UK. For the first time. Well, guys, as you can see, we're in our next destination. So we're going to tell you more about it after this break. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Jacob Strobel, a proud graduate of the radio, television production, and broadcasting program at Hinds Community College in Utica. After graduating from that program, I had the opportunity to land my dream job in my career at Twin States News Television here in Meridian. Long story short, if you want a career like mine and enjoy telling stories that your community will care about, go to an award-winning program, the radio, television production, and broadcasting program at Hinds Community College in Utica, and you can be just like me on TV. I'm Jacob Schroby.
If you can't trust any other college news source, trust WHUC. They are the team you can trust with the latest Hinds news. From the state fair,
Numerous antique vehicles,
the annual homecoming specials,
Very interesting and refreshing. It's a feeling I
and more. While others chit-chat, we bring you the latest to what's happening across and around the Hinds County area.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for joining us on WHUC
Trust Hinds' very
News
own
7 News.
WHUC News 7.
For our next stop, we head to the college and went for our daily lesson, sociology, where we learned different objects that the UK says. Then me and Tyler took a tour of the BTC media program, where we got a quick little interview by the BTC team. Here's a quick peek.
Here in the breaks at lunchtime, and a staple diet for there is a sausage roll. Have you heard of a sausage roll before? No. What do you think a sausage roll is?
Is it like a roll with sausage in it?
Yeah, you're getting there. Yes, in here they purchased you sausage roll, and they would like you to try it. And there's no nuts in it. They checked for allergies, and we want to get your response to eating a sausage roll for the first time. Don't worry about making a mess. It's pastry. Go.
It's not that bad.
It tastes like pigs in a blanket.
It does.
Pigs in blanket.
I'll give it a 4 out of 10, but it's not that bad.
4 out of 10.
Oh, it's pretty good. I like it. 10 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Okay, so is it a thumbs up or like a?
For me, it's this.
It's good. Yeah, this is a staple. Students survive on these. Okay, and on that we'll wrap it up there because you've got to get to your next thing. I don't know what it is, but I hope you enjoyed your morning here in the studios. And
Once we left the college, we went to the town of Wales to go and explore the town market, where we saw some amazing culture and food that the town of Wales have. I talked to Lynn Swells, the town choir, and he explains the history of the town choir.
I am Wells Town Crier. We've had a town crier here we've traced back to 1407. It's not always been me. It's only been me for the last 25 years, but it's continued. The town crier was originally the bishop's bellman, and he would call the people into church. So they would go out on the streets, because there weren't clocks in the early days, they would, and nobody tell the time, so he would go out and assemble the people, get them into church.
Welcome back.
Officially made it to Glastonbury. Kai's going to take you on a tour of the mountain.
Stay tuned.
After leaving the city of Wales, we went to Sunset, England, to Glastonbury Tower. Here are some fun facts about Glastonbury Tower. It is believed by some of the legendary Isles of Avalon, the mysterious place where King Arthur was taken to heal after his final battle. Walking up the mountain was pretty tough, but it was worth seeing the most beautiful view. Now I'm going to take it over to Tyler, who is at the Parliament.
The fast-paced city life was evident as we navigated through commuters and tourists, all moving with purpose. After a short but efficient ride, we emerged near one of the city's most famous landmarks, the Palace of Westminster, home of the UK Parliament. This historic Gothic building sits alongside the River Thames, the House of Commons, the House of Lords. For centuries, it has been the center of British democracy, where leaders debate policy, draft laws, and make decisions that shape the nation's future. The building itself has a fascinating history dating back to the 11th century and has been rebuilt multiple times, most noticeably after the fire in 1834. Its grand architecture, intricate details, and the most famous Big Ben clock tower makes it one of the most recognizable sites in the world. During our visit, we had the opportunity to learn about the inner workings of Parliament, gaining a deeper understanding of how laws are made and how governments function. The experience gave us a valuable insight into the political system and the important role its institution plays in shaping both the UK and the world. We spoke with James Crank, who told us about his daily life as a parliamentary researcher.
I do whatever Ashley needs me to do. I do a lot of writing speeches, I do research, I write letters to ministers, I prepare him for briefings for his meetings and make sure that he's going to the right things and speaking to the right people. And also occasionally I get to show interesting people around.
Later, Mr. James Crank shared insight about Parliament and shared interesting facts.
Westminster Hall at the moment, which is the oldest part of the building, it's been here for almost 1,000 years. This is where they tried Charles I. This is where the Queen laid the state. This is where Nelson Mandela gave a speech to the assembled Houses of Parliament. It's an amazing place.
Alright guys, so it's our last final days here in England. Right now we are in front of Wicked. So Tyler's going to take you through the whole day of our last final days in London.
The performance took place in a stunning theater and the excitement in the audience was clear. From the dazzling costumes to the powerful vocals of the song like Defying Gravity, every moment was captivating. The show perfectly blended humor, drama, and incredible visuals, keeping us hooked from beginning to end. By the final curtain call, we were in awe, reflecting on a powerful theme and the amazing talent of the cast. It was truly a night to remember. The next day marked our last day in London. Before we headed home, we made one last stop at Westminster Abbey. We took time to admire the beautiful Gothic architecture and think about the long history behind the building. As we walked through the halls, we saw the tomb of kings, queens, and famous poets. It felt special to stand in a place with so much history. It was a perfect way to end our trip, peaceful, beautiful, and unforgettable. As we soaked in our final moments, we headed to the airport for a 12-hour flight to Dallas for our layover. Though the journey was long, the memories of our trip made it all worth the wait.
Welcome back.
We've officially made it to Jackson Airport.
And I feel great being home. I miss my family. I miss my grandma. I miss everybody.
I miss London.
I know you miss London.
I like the sights and the food.
Yeah, I'm going to miss London. I hope I see it in the future, maybe like 10 years. But guys, that's the end of our show. That is a wrap for the show.
Remember to like us at Radio and Television Production and also follow our Instagram.
All right, guys.
I'm Tyler Dotson.
And I'm Kai Beard.
Signing out.